were the top 5, so topic of this video, top 5 performances in swimming in 2021. And so I've been writing about swimming. I started in April, started a draft of a Wikipedia page, then created the page, and started writing in April, but then I didn't post it on Wikipedia till May. So if we want public posting, I've been public posting, like writing, publishing, writing about swimming and swimmers and competitions and stuff like that publicly via Wikipedia since, so including publishing, I've been publishing since May of 2021. And so I've been doing it for over 7 months now, coming up on 8 months. And so having I've live written, so like written during a competition about swimmers during the competition. I've done that for quite a few competitions, ranging from like for small events or events where there's only one person I'm writing about. I just write about one swimmer. The biggest competition that I wrote about this year was the FINA 2021 FINA World Swimming Championships, conducted in 25 meters, so a 25-meter pool. In that one, I live wrote for 38 athletes, pool swimmers, during the pool swimming competition. I also wrote for people during a something run in conjunction, but that doesn't count. So the biggest event I wrote for, purely in terms of quantity and quality, because I covered every single, I live wrote for another competition, but I fell off on some of the athletes, so the quality and quantity was highest for me this year for the 2021 FINA World Swimming Championships. And they were held in Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. So that was the biggest one. I had 38 athletes that I did heats, semifinals, finals for, a whole lot every day, finishing it as it goes, so getting caught up through the day, which is a whole lot of work. And so I've live written and I've watched competitions. So I'm going to do, this video is about the top 5, this is a long intro, top 5 performances in swimming this year. And the qualification here is I had to have seen it when it was raced, kind of thing. So live competition, like live streaming or something like that. I saw it as it happened. So these 5 performances I did, or I think there was one, it was like at the time, but I don't remember. I think I might have seen like the video like right after it happened. So if not live, right after it happened, versus like the Olympic Games weren't very interesting this year. And like, yeah, there's like no surprises here. My least favorite stroke in swimming is butterfly, and my second least favorite stroke is front crawl, which some people call freestyle, which technically isn't right, because if you're swimming like this, that's called, the stroke name is technically front crawl, and then backstroke is back crawl. But freestyle itself can be any stroke. So technically, the stroke that people swim at swimming competitions that looks like this is called front crawl. That's the name of the stroke. So like uniquely, swimmers that just do butterfly and freestyle like are bottom of the list, kind of, in terms of how interesting they are to me, just because I don't like the strokes. So if they want to be up on my pegging ladder, like there's got to be something else kind of that makes them interesting, not just butterfly or freestyle. Butterfly is like super boring to me. So what's the number 5 performance or countdown? Yeah, number 5 is Lilly King winning the silver medal win in 200 breaststroke, 200 meter breaststroke at the 2020 Summer Olympic Games. There are a number of mountain ranges called the Olympics, so the Olympics it's the Olympic Games. It's a sporting event. So yeah, she trained really hard for that, and she's a really good sprinter, and so to see her actually do well, it was the most impressive. This is the only race event performance that makes it from the Olympic Games. She hands down took it from everything I saw at the Olympic Games. I didn't watch like the 50 freestyle or like 100 freestyle or the medley relays and stuff. Again, I'm not really a butterfly or freestyle person, so like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is it. This is like, I wrote about other people too, and she wasn't necessarily, I wrote about her on Wikipedia, but like, or I contributed to her article, but it's like, yeah, I was just props to her for doing it. It is something she had been working on for a long time, and to make that transition from sprint to distance, and it's the longest distance offered in breaststroke currently at international Spartan competitions consistently, it's a big deal for an athlete. So it was very kind of, that choice is fine-tuned by her. The next one is, so number 4. Is Team Ireland. Men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay in the prelims and prelims heats. At the 2021 FINA World Swimming Championships. .25 meters. They did really well. They beat the Americans. I was very impressed. And I've lived in America for over 2 decades, and relays are a pretty big deal. And so China won the prelims heat, Ireland took second, and the United States took third. But Ireland was just like consistent and throughout the race, and very impressive. Like China and the United States, it's like wah wah wah. Okay, you guys you're after medals. Ireland, like, I mean, they might be after medals too, but like, it was a far more impressive performance from Ireland than the other 2 relay teams. Like, you could tell they're trying, kind of. And not saying the other teams weren't trying, just they did really good. And so it's kind of about the spirit of the relay team, and yeah. So prelims heats for that one, I watched. Yeah. Well, I watched both of those live. Number 3. So let's see. Is a 50-meter breaststroke. At world record. Um, 50-meter breaststroke world record at the 2021 European short course swimming championships by who other than kind of the king at the current moment, at least, in short course meters breaststroke, Ilya Shymanovich. Who else would it be? I said at the moment. And so by Shymanovich of the country Belarus. And he it's like, okay, so I saw this race, and like when we were growing up, there's like what breaststroke should look like and what breaststroke does look like. And he, like, we're always described, like, you need someone who doesn't, like, a lot of breaststrokers, even at the international level, kind of have this jolty stroke where they come too far out of the water and kind of pull their shoulders back. That shouldn't happen in breaststroke. Your shoulders should stay arched forward, so you kind of have a rounded back and you keep moving forward. And he is the only breaststroker in my lifetime that aces upper body breaststroke. Nobody else even comes remotely close. It was like, I saw this race, and I was just like, that's what breaststroke's supposed to look like. Only person in my lifetime. I've been watching swimming my whole life. I was born in 1992. Only person to get it right. And like, well, he got a world record. Like, so, and he has other world records. He has multiple world records. So, and he keeps breaking his own world records. So like, he's really good, but not only is he really good, he actually does this stroke as it's meant to be done versus like, and of course, you know, then American press goes, oh, he's cheating, or blah, and you're like, yeah. Just because he's not the breaststroker you want. And, or, I mean, a lot of the press don't actually swim, so they don't actually know, like, the rules of a stroke, right? Like, if it wasn't a legal stroke, he would have been disqualified. Hasn't been disqualified. So, like, there's the reality check that it's called wishful thinking when one wants something, but it's inconsistent with reality. So that's, like, American press sometimes with swimmers. So that was number 3. Number 2 is Ellen Walshe of Ireland. Prelims heats. .400-meter individual medley. At 2021 FINA World Swimming Championships. .25 meters. Yeah. I've been live writing and writing about swimmers since April, publishing since May. So in my over 7 months of watching and writing about this stuff, she gave it her all. Like, and she tried. And like, there's some people that is just like watch and then they're so tired after a race, and it's like in my lifetime, I haven't seen someone. She's the first one that's like genuinely been tired after a race, and she went on to win the silver medal, which is the highest finish Ireland has ever had at one of these world championships, and it was like the first medal in an Olympic event, kind of thing. So it was a really big deal, and she set a national record, Irish national record, with the swim. But it was just, she gave it her all, and like it paid off, and highest finish her country's had at one of these championships, like, so, and that was like after the prelims heats, but the prelims heats performance is the one I was most impressed with. I like to see people actually being tired, like when someone's roaring and spreading their arms and splashing water. Well, they've still got a whole lot of energy left over, don't they? Like, they didn't give it their all. She gave it her all. So that's why Ellen Walshe of Ireland gets number 2. And number 1... is Matteo Lamberti of Italy. And no, this is not because Lamberti is close to Leonardi. Mine is Roman German. Rome existed before Italy, kind of. Chronology. Matteo Lamberti of Italy in the prelims heats. of the 4x200 meter freestyle relay at the 2021 FINA World Swimming Championships. 25 meters. And his is good because he could close a race. Like, he pulled ahead, so he was the last leg of the relay, the fourth leg, also sometimes called an anchor leg, and he pulled ahead, like, he knew how to close a race. So what I mean by that is, like, instead of kind of losing a race at the end, they win it in the end, kind of thing. So they pull ahead. And he did that really well. And what I thought was very impressive is, like, he had a faster time from a flat start, so not like a flying start in relays, heading into this. And it was a recent time, and what he swam for this leg of the relay, this fourth leg of the relay, was slower than his best time, but he closed. And so having that maturity, like, a lot of swimmers don't have the maturity of, I don't have to swim my best time on this relay. This is the prelims heats. It's about qualifying my team in a position that we want to be in for the final. He didn't swim in the final. This is my number one for all of 2021 because it showed he thinks about the race versus, like, okay, I live in America. It's about, let's win. That gets so boring. like, does anybody put thought and maturity into how they race? This guy did. And, like, Americans do too, I would guess. Maybe. Though they kind of capitalize on the immaturity angle, so I can't actually, like, I think they take pride in the fact they don't always think things through like this. So I don't want to hurt their pride. And so, yeah. Also don't want to walk on eggshells around them, because that's no good. So this guy is number one, because it showed maturity in his, how he approached his contribution to this race. And if you're really interested and not satisfied with what I said, go and watch these races. They're online. I watched them. I watched one of them on TV. The Olympic Games one. Sometimes the Olympic Games, the International Olympic Committee posts stuff online afterwards. You could probably find a clip of it, like on YouTube or something. So yeah, those are my top 5 swimming performances for 2021.